welcome back to Two Sisters Unscripted. I'm Caitlin.
Megan.
I'm
And-
Dad.
Well, there you go. I was gonna. I was gonna say.
I guess we're starting this over.
No, we're not. I was gonna say, and we have a special.
Blew out everybody's speakers if they're listening to them in the car.
Oh man, I was gonna say we have a special guest with us here today, but I don't even have to say that anymore because it's our dad. So he is with us today. We're super excited for this episode.
Are we?
Yes, that was just a quick preview, I suppose, of what to expect. But our last episode, we did a 21 questions sister edition. We're kind of going to do similarly 21 questions with our dad, just so you guys can get a little bit more of a feel for who he is. You hear about him quite often in our podcast, and so we're gonna ask some questions, kind of get just a feel for who he is, and Megan and I are horrified, so
just a tad.
It's gonna be good. Dad, how you feeling?
With my hands.
Okay. All right. Aside from the hands, how are you feeling?
I don't
mentally?
know. Dodgers are on in a couple minutes, so.
So let's hurry this up, is what he's saying.
Oh, this is going to be the fastest podcast y'all ever get to. And then you're probably going to be like, have him on more. It goes so quickly. All right. Well, I guess we shall then jump right into it. So we kind of broke it up into different categories. And our first category are some questions about childhood and family memories.
Huh.
Oh boy.
All right. So with this, only honest answers, which obviously, if you guys don't know our dads, that's unfortunately all he does. There's like no sugarcoating to anything that he says. And made growing up a little difficult. Kidding. So, childhood and family memories. The first one, what were we like as little kids? Let's start with Megan.
What were you guys like as little kids?
Yeah.
Megan was a clinger. Couldn't get her off my hip. But we broke her of that. You were pretty much on your own, but we had to put the lampshade on your head because your head was so big. We couldn't leave you alone near the pool. So,
We made the pool.
but no, good. You both were good kids. Couldn't ask for anything else except for a chicken.
Okay.
But
All I can imagine is the chicken from Moana that's walking into the side of the boat.
that's it. No, you guys had great grades. You stayed out of trouble for the most part because I knew everybody wherever you went.
Yeah, I tried to get in trouble once. I got caught.
You tried to get in trouble?
Yeah, tried to get into some. Well, I got not like with the law, but I went drinking and Dad knew the bartender and pulled me out of there.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, not everyone else was too drunk to remember.
Oh, that's convenient. All right.
Question 2. Did you always want to be a dad?
Nope. If your mother never had that duct tape, I never would have had kids.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's why I got a dog first.
Yep.
Was Coco was like the pre-kid trial to see
Yep.
how it went?
Well, I had 15 dogs before her, so.
That's true.
But nope. Once Mommy and I got married, we decided to have kids. Because all her friends were having kids, and by the time we had you guys, their kids will be grown up. That's what she said. And after she had her kids, or after we had you guys, they never hung out together anyway, so it didn't matter.
Is that the truth about adulthood, Megan, or parenthood? I don't know yet.
I don't know. I had 3 friends going into it. I got the same 3 friends now.
Okay. All right. So, what's a memory from your childhood that you wish we could have seen?
Ugh, the way I worked.
We already see that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Try
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, try again.
Oh, probably some of the riffraff I hung around with as kids.
We see it. No.
Yeah, you do. You do.
We still
We're
see
all
it.
pretty much. We still hang out together. But I can honestly say if you want to put it this way, all the trouble we got into, it was never real trouble. You know, it never called the cops. You know, anybody like that. Any trouble we got into, we usually got out of. Number 4.
Number
I feel
4.
like, hold on. I
Hold on.
feel like, well, Megan, do you think there was like a memory that Dad told us that you wish you could have like seen with your own eyes?
Yes. Grandma hitting him in the head with the potato for not listening.
Oh, she didn't hit me in the head she hit me in the head, but not the head you're thinking
Oh.
of. Oh, that was a perfect shot. She put me right to the ground.
Did she aim there?
No, she just threw it because she had a cheesecake in the oven. She said I was playing tag. I think it was with Margaret or Earl or someone, but we used to be able to run right around the circle around the kitchen.
Like our living room and kitchenware?
Yeah. And it's like she kept yelling, "Slow down, stop running, I got a cheesecake in the oven." Well, it was Margaret. I tagged her, I passed her, and I was the first one. It didn't matter who was going to be the first one. They're getting hit with the potato.
They let her go.
And yep, I beat her to the punch. But no, she had an awesome aim with that. Down I went like a sack, no pun intended, a sack of potatoes.
All right. So, what's something you learned from your own dad that stuck with you?
Who, George? That stuck with me?
Yeah.
I honestly I can't think of anything.
What about something that you learned from Grandma that stuck with you?
Work hard and treat everybody fairly.
And how to make a pie.
And how to make a pie.
And how to make a pie. Okay.
So nope, work hard. Don't expect nothing. What you want, you gotta earn. Don't expect free handouts.
All right. Number 5.
You didn't want to get too deep into that one, did you?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
What's your favorite holiday or tradition that we had as a family?
Favorite holiday, huh? I liked them all when you guys were little, and I still like them.
Well, now they're different. Now
No, they are.
Your grandpa. You
Yeah.
get to just show up, hand them candy, and
Leave.
say, "See you later."
No, I guess Christmas morning, watching you guys open the presents that Santa brought, because we couldn't afford it.
We talked about that on a podcast.
Good thing Santa was there. Let me see. I always liked Halloween, dressing up with you guys.
Yeah.
Until Mom told you to chase down the kids.
Yeah. Take our 1997 Astro van, drive around the neighborhood, and ask kids if they want candy.
Because no one was coming to the
Right.
house.
No one came to the house. We had the lights on. It's not like we, locked the place down. And I asked her, I said, "Really? You want me to drive around town in a 1997 green Astro van?"
Handing out candy.
Right.
Hey, little girl, you want a candy?
Yeah, you want me to put the carpet in the van too before I go?
And didn't she say to make it better, bring Isabella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Take the dog with you. Oh yeah, here. If I give you candy, will you help me find my puppy? What the heck?
Mom was trying to get you in trouble that
I think
night.
so.
Oh man. That's really funny. No, Christmases were really good, and then being able to look back at the photos from Halloween, yeah, is pretty impressive. The effort that was put into it. So
We'll share one of them tomorrow on the Instagram story.
Yes.
Oh, the Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
Powerpuff Girls. We need to find
Well,
the M&M one.
for
I
those
think
of
that
you
would
who
be
are
cool.
listening and that follow, when you see this picture, I literally shaved my legs to get them stockings on because the stockings were pulling all the hair on my legs, and the hair never grew back on my legs.
Fun
And
fact.
that was a fact that I just found out last time I went home.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You
So
didn't know that?
I didn't know that. So I was, what am I, 20? So your legs have not grown hair for what?
30 years.
Thir-
Okay, 25 years.
maybe, yeah, I was like maybe 24, 25.
Yeah,
But
20
yeah.
years, whatever.
I wish that would happen to me.
All right. So we'll transition into fun and lighthearted. I think that's a good transition.
I thought this was fun and lighthearted.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a good transition.
Oh.
What's your go-to
boy.
dad joke?
My go-to dad joke. Why didn't the skeleton cross the street?
Why?
Because he didn't have any guts.
Mm,
All right.
You have better.
All right. Why can't ghosts have babies?
because they don't have any guts.
They have Halloweenies.
Oh.
I had a better dad joke the other night.
Yeah. Our dad is quite funny. I think he's on the spot dad joke doesn't work well.
Well, I don't work like
No.
this. I gotta be like that.
You
So.
gotta blindside him with it, or he likes to blindside you with it.
A situational funny dad
Yeah.
joke guy.
All right. If you had a secret talent no one knew about, what would it be?
I couldn't tell you because it wouldn't be a secret then.
There it is.
If I had a secret, probably flying.
You wouldn't tell anyone that you could fly?
Oh no, because I'd fly
It's not
over
really
their
a
head and
talent.
shit on them.
Oh my god!
I didn't want them to know it was me.
Don't cross Dad. He'll fly over you.
Okay,
Oh, you
so
just got your
hold
car
on.
washed, huh? Oh, look at that. Your convertible's open.
Oh my gosh, you would be a menace.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
so
not
hold
even
on.
a secret talent. That's like if you had a superpower.
Oh.
So hold on. Okay, but I just have to know then, if this was a thing, are you somehow like turning into a bird when you actually fly? Because you in the sky as a human pooping is crazy.
Oh, we're the old farmer long johns. You just hit the flap and you're ready to go.
Okay. Oh man.
Ooh.
Well, everyone, watch out. Might gotta
Don't
be
cross
careful.
Dad if he ever gets superpowers and flies.
All right. What's one thing you secretly love that you never, we can't ask this, that you never admit in public? You're not going to admit this.
You guys pretty much know everything I love. Hunting,
Oh.
fishing, ice cream. You guys.
Yeah, until the grandkids came along.
Yeah, you guys don't even exist anymore. But it's something I love. I don't know if I would love it because anything I don't have to pay for, I love.
Smelling the roses.
It's-
Not that you wouldn't admit it.
Nope,
But
I do. I always said stop and smell the roses, but Caitlin don't remember that. I always do. I always stop and smell the roses. Or the flowers. Like today Aaron and I bent down at the ice cream place to smell the flowers.
no, you bent down. She had to look up.
Oh.
All right. What number are we on here? 9.
9 already?
9, yep. What's your dream vacation if you had a week off and no responsibilities?
Just having a week off with no responsibilities. That's my dream vacation. Nope. Before Mommy passed, she said that she would never make it back to Ireland. So that would be my dream vacation, is to get you guys to Ireland one of these days.
But then you have responsibilities. Us.
No, you guys. As soon as I get you there, you're on your own.
He said he'd get us there. Sorry, Michelle. I said I'd get them there.
Yeah, right. I didn't say I would watch them. I'm going to be in the pubs
Yeah, right.
drinking my soda.
I'm gonna be around petting the lambs.
Or with no responsibilities, probably going to a hunting camp and hunting for a weekend.
I thought you'd say Alaska, other than Ireland, doing a hunting trip in Alaska.
Yeah, you can't go. You can't go when it's warm like this, or in the beginning of hunting season, because the bugs are terrible up there.
You don't like warm anyway.
No, I know. So, but no, just that would probably be my dream vacation: is getting away for a week or even a weekend and hunting in the nice, nice white-tailed deer area.
Okay.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen us do?
Oh boy.
Well, I remember the one time. Was that too loud?
No, I was moving it towards you.
Because I keep looking at the TV here, waiting for the Dodgers.
Exactly.
Well, one of the ridiculous things is, well, you guys did a couple things. I pulled in the driveway, and we had a big plastic dollhouse in the in the backyard. Just as I pull around the corner to pull in the driveway, I see Caitlin leaping off. And I said, "What are you doing?" Well, Megan told me to do it. I says, "All right, well."
Megan said,
If
you
don't get hurt, I'll do it. So, and as I pull it, and it was, they're 3, 4, 5 years old, and the house is up to my chest, and I'm 6 foot, so the house was 4.5 feet high.
We never stopped jumping off that roof.
Nope.
We'd still climb up there and slide down.
And then I don't know what the other, probably riding a bicycle down our street at Liebel. And the car, the Barbie Jeep, when you guys ran into the back of the Blazer. I got video of that somewhere. I just can't find it.
What?
You driving?
Yes, it was. I remember the home video of that.
Yeah.
It's with your wedding video.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know where that is.
Oh,
We'll have to look.
Oh yeah, I think my face was like stone cold too. It was like just like no, I had no emotion on my face, and Megan's like looking.
I was trying to hit the brake.
Oh man, I was just preparing for my voyage to both Florida and North Carolina. I had to drive.
Well, you gotta drive like the other knuckleheads down there, huh? Just start bumping off everything.
I drive better.
All right. Our next category is real talk and lessons. Real talk and life lessons. What's something you wish someone had told you before becoming a parent?
Don't.
Run.
Get ready for the sleepless nights.
With Caitlin.
No one told you that?
No, they probably did. I just didn't listen because I knew everything. I was a young 26-year-old kid. I knew everything.
Caitlin slept all day, and in every photo you guys took of her, except she didn't sleep well at night.
Nope.
Oh my god, it sounds like my patient's in the hospital.
Rubs off.
Oh man.
No, what not to do or what to be prepared for?
Something you wish someone had told you before becoming a parent.
Oh. No, that'd be it. Everybody threw a bunch of advice at us, but every family's different.
Yeah. What was the hardest part about raising 2 daughters?
Watching all the boys come in and out.
In and out of where?
I was gonna say, you didn't let them in.
Yeah, I didn't let them in.
So they weren't leaving.
And when they did come in, I introduced them to the gun.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I could answer this for you.
Yeah, go ahead. What the hardest?
Well, at least the hardest part about raising us as two
Oh,
daughters.
Yeah,
We're not the same at all.
No, but yeah, 3 women in the house. Leave the toilet up once, guys. See what happens to you. Leave the toilet seat up with 3 women in the house.
What about like going to the store and grabbing all of our
Feminine products.
feminine
That
products?
that did not bother me. That did not bother me at all. Being the EMT, you're used to that stuff anyways. I've grown up on the farm, you get used to stuff like that.
Or the fact
Not that
that
the cows wore any feminine products or horses.
or the fact that our cycles always were 1 week after another,
Yep.
so you only got a week off.
I didn't even get a week off.
Well, fortunately for you, our cycles are now aligned.
Well, it doesn't matter now. You don't. Well, I shouldn't say you don't live with me because I live next door to Megan, and
And when she
I'm
comes
just
home to
saying, so
visit, she stays here.
yeah,
now when we're both just raging at the same moment, it's better to just get it out of the way.
yep. There you go. And just save it for Dad when you come home, because that's when you always get it. Seems.
It is accurate. I do always get my period when I come home.
And then we check his location to see if he's at Stewart's yet.
I actually hate that for me because it just means more things I have to pack.
You just steal mine.
Yeah, but we use different products. All right. What advice would you give us now, or Megan, that she's raising kids of her own?
Be
Or
patient.
that's me.
Be patient. Not that I was, because I beat the hell out of each and every one of you when I could. You know that. No, because they're getting it right now. They're getting to that age that what's his name? The little knucklehead there, Keegan. Yeah, he's definitely at the TTs, the terrible twos. He's even starting to define me a little bit when I ask him to do something. We broke into the big Easter bunnies here today, the chocolate Easter bunnies from Easter.
Mm-hmm.
And we put the peanut butter on it and that, and he started kicking the box around. I told him to stop, and he looked at me and then kicked the box again. I said, "Are you kidding me?"
No, he's not. He's a menace.
Yeah, well,
What does patience look like to you, though?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I can't tell you what patience. I'll give you a smack right on the ass. That's patience. That is patience. Giving a kid a spanking, not a beating. That is patience right there. Spank the kid, don't beat the kid.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Perfect advice. Spank
Yep.
the kid, don't beat the kid. There you go, guys. Oh
No,
my God.
nothing wrong with it. Nothing good with a good ass swat.
The problem is with Keegan, he's got a diaper on and he just looks at you like,
Yeah, no,
I'm padded.
Yeah, but that still scares him a little bit. Not scares him, but wakes him up. So.
All right, so the advice would be to be patient, even though not quite sure if our own father really knows what that means, but that's okay.
Well, next time we run into your real father, we'll ask him.
Oh, thank God. What's your proudest? Oh, sorry, Megan.
No,
what's
good.
your
Go ahead.
proudest moment as a dad?
Seeing my nieces and nephews graduate college. No. Seeing you graduate 3 times. Well, seeing you graduate twice and hearing you graduate the 3rd time because we didn't make it down for that.
But
Megan.
You got to watch it with Mom.
Huh?
You got to watch it with Mom
Yep,
on the screen.
I did. Watching Megan start up her own business and then get shut down because of COVID, and then her becoming a mom.
Damn COVID. Alright. What's one dad move you swore you would never do but totally ended up doing? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Dun, dun.
One dad move?
Like, I thought I wouldn't give the kids as much screen time, but now I hand them their tablets and tell them to go sit down.
Yeah, no, you guys weren't that bad with the TVs and that. You spent a lot of time outside. Oh, I guess signing you up for dance.
Oh, getting into like sports constantly.
No, you getting into dance and then not going because you didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I know.
They told me I had to be able to do a split. I couldn't. I still can't.
Wait, I'm confused. So you swore you never signed Megan up for dance and then you did it? Or
Again, no.
Again.
Again.
oh, again. Okay.
Yeah, what would I? Oh, what? Geez, I don't know. That I would never do.
Hmm.
You know what? No, something I would never do. I did spank you guys, but I don't well, I did throw a couple items at you guys every now and then when I couldn't get up quick enough. But yeah, because I don't know, you guys might have said something. Well, you probably didn't, but with Jurgen, he wasn't very nice to me, and I swore I wouldn't be like that to you guys.
No, well, this is what is
Well,
one thing.
this is saying that you end up doing it.
Oh,
What is one thing you swore you would never do, but then ended up doing?
I didn't. Well, I didn't beat you.
Listen to the question.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
What is
yes.
it? Double negative here? What are you doing?
What's one dad move you swore you would
Oh.
never do, but totally ended
Oh my
up doing?
God. Well, that's that Burn Knox Westerlo education I got up in the hill towns. I don't recall anything that I said I would never do, and I did.
Yeah, because I know for a fact you probably never said that you weren't going to embarrass us. So
No, I
Oh,
never
no,
said
he
that.
Would, he
I
would never.
know.
I would never say that.
I know.
That's another way you learn too. That keeps you humble.
No, by embarrassing us. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a two-part question.
Oh boy.
Yes. So, what's the best or what would you think the best advice, just any advice really, you would give us for navigating our 30s?
Eat healthy. Work hard. Play harder.
Okay. What do you think Mom would say?
Do whatever you want to do,
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. She would.
but stay out of trouble.
Nope. All right.
Go ahead, Caitlin.
No, go ahead.
All right. The next category is mom and marriage.
Oh boy.
How did you know mom was the one?
Because she put up with my antics. No, she likes sports. She definitely patient for a little while there. Loved camping, so she pretty much liked everything I liked. She didn't mind fishing, but she wouldn't, like you, wouldn't put the worm on the hook. Wouldn't take the fish off the hook. I guess I was fishing.
I took the fish off the hook until it took a chunk out of your finger, and then I no longer was going to stick my hand in the fish's mouth.
Well, that was a northern pike. You don't do that anyways. But no, so no patience. And like I said, she enjoyed going to all the softball games. She went to a few of my football games when I played. Basketball, she came to when I played at the Jewish Community Center. She showed up. You guys came to a couple of those games.
I feel like this question kind of goes into the next one.
All right, go ahead.
What's something you admired most about mom?
Her smarts. I tell you, whoever's listening, whatever 2-3 people are listening out there,
Thanks.
you'll get more listeners now that I'm on. But
Well, our ratings just went negative.
they flatline. But she would sit at the kitchen table every night with these kids to do their homework. Every night. I had no patience for that.
See? No patience.
And these kids are smart. It isn't because of me. It's because of their mom. For getting them through all that they had to go through. Oh, that's Stevens. I took that from him.
I think it's interesting to also note to our very few listeners.
Well, you guys got to put something on every week.
We're busy.
Yeah, I know. You
Uh,
guys are.
that our mom initially, so our uncle had said, "Oh, there's this really good guy who da 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 da," like talked her dad up, all this stuff. When our mom met our dad, it was with someone else as well, and my dad was suddenly a little shyer than what he usually was, and didn't mom say like, because she thought that Earl was you.
Yep.
So she was like, no.
Yeah, because Pat did say, well, he likes to joke around a lot and everything else. And then
Yeah.
the first time she actually met me is when Earl and I went over to their house in Albany there, and Earl went in and he starts joking all right off the bat, and she thought he was me and didn't like
Yeah.
me. But then she had to pick me up one night because Pat was working on my truck from work. Pat and I worked together, and he goes, "Hey, can you pick Hoop up from because she worked at Sears and I was at Loyal Electric? Can you pick him up right around the corner?" So she came and Pat goes, "Well, Mommy goes, well, he better talk." And Pat says, "You don't have a problem with that." So she picked me up, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
I
So it
actually,
almost,
hold on, Caitlin. I actually found a notebook that mom wrote, like notes in, and it said,
So like a diary, maybe?
no, it
Oh.
was like, it was about her first date with you. It was like the relationship book she bought.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, we gotta wait for Caitlin to stop
Yeah.
cackling.
Yeah. She did though. She kept notes.
On Dad. It was a relationship notebook.
Honestly, I should do that. She kept notes on dad. Let me bring that thought process back.
But one of the notes was like, what was your first instinct? And she was like, that he was crazy.
Yeah, because when we were driving home, we got bombarded with apples, and it was during the fall, and
Some
she's driving her Chevette Chevy, and she hits the throttle.
we lost Caitlin.
Yep, she hit the throttle, and I could have ran faster than that Chevette Chevy, but I yelled at her to stop the car because I wanted to get out and kick some butt. And she goes, "Nope, nope, I'm not," and she took off.
We got bombarded by apples. Oh God, I don't know why I thought that was so funny. So people were throwing kids threw apples at you.
Yes.
They were throwing apples at her car, and I got mad.
And somehow mom decided this was he was the one.
you could have ran faster than a car.
Oh yeah, that Chevette that couldn't get out of its own way.
Why didn't you just tuck and roll?
Yeah, I should have.
Imagine being the kids throwing the apples, and you're like, you hear the car trying to rev, and you just see it going like real slowly away.
It was too. I mean, she floored it, and you hear the engine revving, but the car's not moving any faster.
And they look inside, and you're like yelling out the window, and oh my gosh, wow, that's really funny. Okay. Well, I mean, she wasn't lying. Our dad is definitely crazy.
Yep. Mess with the family. See what happens. You get a pocket full of shells.
Oh, or maybe bombarded by apples.
Yeah, that might work.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah, there can be some damage with apples. Okay. So, what's one way MS changed or shifted your relationship? And one way that it made it stronger.
Well, one way it changed our relationship is we couldn't do the things we would like to do, but I did make sure she was at every function possible with you guys. She made it to every game when I wasn't working, pretty much. Every gymnastic thing. Drove to Long Island, or not Long Island, New Jersey,
Yeah.
Massachusetts. So, but that's one thing it didn't change. I try to get her to every function that you guys had. And then what's the other question? What did change?
Yeah. How did it change your relationship?
It made it. I think it made it stronger. It actually woke me up a little bit on the care that a person needs that has a disease. It changed. I guess it made me humble. Is that a word? Humbler. But I think that's about it.
All right. What advice would you give someone whose partner is living with a chronic illness?
Try to be patient.
Oh, here we go with the patience again.
Yep.
You're preaching a lot about
But
patience.
no, all right. Ready? How about this one?
Oh boy.
Get as much help as you can from wherever you can, because we didn't do that.
Good help.
Yes, good help. Don't send her to a nursing home that's going to kill her. But
We haven't gotten into that one yet.
no.
Stay tuned.
But if you want to see unscripted, let me on that show. But nope, just reach out to whatever your chronic disease is, to whoever the associations they are, and try to get help. It's not easy. You gotta steal, beg, and borrow, I guess, to even get anybody's attention nowadays.
It's just not easy to help or ask for help in general.
No. Well, especially for me.
Yeah. Mr. Patient over here.
Well, in all honesty, though, I do think that, we joke about him preaching patience because I think when it comes to fatherhood, I think you were patient. I think your patience is wearing thin as you age. But
So is it my skin, I guess.
but in all honesty, I think you did have a lot of patience, and I think you had a lot of compassion when it came down to mom. I think just watching you take care of mom the way you did, it really. Maybe Megan can say the same, but it did set like a foundation for me to know what I want in a marriage and in a relationship, and not to
Yeah, you ain't that deep south for me to be with you.
What?
You're saying you want me.
Gross.
I'm getting gross. I'm turning it. Go ahead. I was
Dad
being
joke.
sick. I
Dad
was being
joke
sick.
went sideways.
No, our dad doesn't know how to take compliments or good
No,
things
he
said
doesn't.
about him, so he deflects and does stuff like that. No, but I think it set a good foundation for acknowledging, like, okay, what would I want in a marriage and in a relationship, and it is that. It's seeing, like, literally when you do your vows, you're saying through sickness and health, and I saw that firsthand with you and mom, and just the care that you put into it, and it was patience, the patience that you put into it, and not many, in all honesty, who it's already a difficult ask, but genuinely speaking, like, who would stick around and do what you did?
Well, there. I believe it was someone Grandma and Mommy knew that their friend got sick, and her husband left her, and that was always in the. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but that was always in the back of Mommy's mind that I was going to leave her.
Yeah. So.
I said, keep the crap up. I will.
So, or you can just fly above and shit on her.
She's too high now.
Yeah, that is true.
She'd get you first.
True.
Yeah.
Lightning bolts.
But yeah, so that aside from that, I think we joke about you and your patience, but in
when it came to us, when it came
Yeah.
to mom,
you were.
Oh, that was Caitlin's microphone.
I thought it was me for a minute.
Sounded like somebody tooted on our.
Yeah, I'm old. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm practicing flying.
So, Megan, did you have anything you want to add to that, or?
No, I mean, you can't hear me through the mic, but I was nodding my head. You didn't hear me rattling. I was
Okay.
agreeing with you.
Um, on a more lighthearted note, what's one funny or any unexpected moment from your marriage that still makes you laugh?
Oh, the time me and mommy went bowling. Well, we used to bring it up all the time. I don't know, guys, if you ever heard of it.
Oh, I heard.
We went bowling one time. We were thinking about bowling, and we wanted to try it before because when I worked for the electrical company, we were gonna bowl on their bowling team. So we said, let's try it. So my grandfather, his bowling ball was still he passed by then, but his bowling ball was still at my grandmother's house. So I grabbed his bowling ball, and because mommy used a lane ball, my grandfather is right-handed, I'm left-handed, but we both had pretty good sized hands, and I put his bowling ball on my hand. I threw it down. The first one I left like a few pins up. The ball comes back up the lane. I grab it. I put it on my hand. I said, "This feels different. It doesn't feel right." And I'm looking because his was just a black, I think it was Spalding or something, bowling ball or AMC bowling ball. So I'm like, this feels funny now. So I go up, and I'm running. I throw hard. I throw the ball really hard. So I whipped the ball down the lane. Well, it never came off my fingers. And I went down the lane with it. And I turn around, and mommy is laughing like crazy. I said, "Oh, that's funny." And the ball still never came off my hand. The guy goes, "Can I have my ball back? I grabbed the wrong ball." So I grabbed some other guy's ball.
I thought you were going to tell the story
In
about
Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Or walking down the street at like 3 a.m.
Singing.
laughing and singing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely some good memories. All of them involve mom laughing at you.
Yep. That's why I was around.
um all right, so we have two more questions
Well, that's
to
good because you're almost going on an hour with this
to
thing.
wrap everything up.
Good.
We talked about obviously like your marriage, your relationship, and then like fatherhood and everything. So they're basically the same, kind of the same question, but with comes down. This is a new question. I just wanted to add in, Megan, so it's not in
Oh,
there. But
I was about to say I can count, and I only have
no.
one question left on mine.
No, with marriage, if you had to give like any advice for people going into marriage or married couples or anything, because you and mom have been married
It would have
this
been
year.
36 years this year, or 37.
36.
36, and you would have been
And you
together for 39.
Mm-hmm.
and you can't
So,
use the word patient.
yeah.
Okay.
What's like advice you would give to really anyone, I suppose, or any couples or people that are still single, and when they get into that point of their life, what's some advice you would give to just you know
I would say make
have
sure it's the right person, but you don't know. You don't know.
okay.
Just make sure there's at least 4 to 5 things you both like. Just make sure you like the same things. If you don't like the same things, you know what? Beat it, kid. Hit the highway.
And what about some advice if things get tough?
Well, then you make sure you like the. See, mommy and I. Mommy liked to argue. She did, and she always won. I didn't argue. That ticked her off. But we always like to make up after. So we only had 2 arguments, so we made up twice, and there you are, you and Megan.
Okay, thanks
No,
for
no, just make sure you treat each other with respect. Make sure you like the same things. It's always good to like something different than the other person, anyways, and then you can grow together and like them both at the same, same thing, same time. But and patience.
Ah, there it is.
But
Okay.
was that answered good enough?
It's your answer, so.
No. It's answered good enough for me.
Okay. Okay.
If it was answered good enough for him, all these answers would be one-worded.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Final question.
Well, here you go. Here's your opportunity to shine.
Sure is. This
No.
question's made for you.
Oh, jeez.
If you had to sum up fatherhood in one word, what would it be?
Oh, that's not quite a word. Awesome.
And why?
What that is? That's more than one word. Jeez. Because I had a great marriage out of it. I got great in-laws that you don't find too often. Mother and father-in-law, anyways. There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. Don't get old.
Well, this question was about fatherhood, so we're getting there.
It was awesome. 2 great girls. Got 2 great kids out of it. Like I said, I had a great wife, very patient. She was. I wasn't. And that's pretty much it.
All right.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
I was about to say the same exact thing.
That is Dad.
So you all have a great week. Be safe, and I'll talk to you next weekend.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we appreciate y'all being here, and do something that brings you joy this week.
Have a great week, guys.
Dodgers are on.
Bye.
Bye.